The Embassy of Australia in the Philippines is stepping up efforts in fighting prostitution and protecting the rights and well-being of the Filipino children. This after the Philippines recorded with the most number of child pornography cases where Australian nationals are among the perpetrators. PTV's Marita Muaje filed this report.
According to the National Baseline Study on Violence Against Children of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Philippines ranks 4th out of 9 countries wherein children ages 13 to 17 or even younger is involved in prostitution. The Philippines is also on the top 10 of countries which produce child pornographic materials. The data are alarming that the Australian Embassy to the Philippines launched SaferKidsPH to combat online sexual exploitation of Filipino youth, especially that one of the perpetrators are Australians.
Countering all forms of abuse and exploitation of children is one of the shared values between Australia and the Philippines. And the Australian government recognises that Australian nationals are amongst the perpetrators.
With the emergence of digital technologies such as live streaming, is the increasing incident of cybercrime in the country, of which 80% involves online sexual exploitation and abuse of children.
SaferKidsPH is an $8 million Australian program over 6 years that really seeks to educate and get people to understand the horrific part of online sexual exploitation.
Despite being online without any physical contact, this has huge effect on our children.
Many of us would think that because of that lack of physical contact, then the damage or the trauma caused to the child is minimal. Actually, it's not. It is very significant. It actually changes the behavior of children, especially in relation to sexuality.
Unfortunately, most of the time, their own parents, relatives, neighbors, and friends are the very ones who push these children and sell them online. The DOJ says that substantive evidence and the victims' cooperation are vital to be able to prosecute them.
We usually have a strong case when it comes to online sexual exploitation. Kasi most of these are, as I mentioned earlier, are caught in flagrante delicto. So it's very difficult to defend a case like that.
At times, victims refuse to cooperate, especially if it involves their own parents or if the victim's family settled with the perpetrators and withdraw the case. The role of the family is very important to fight online sexual exploitation on children, and SaferKidsPH calls on everyone to be vigilant and report to the authorities any incident wherein they believe victimizes children. Marita Muaje for The Nation.